Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Rebel, and I'm back. Been on my trip. Technically I've been back 2 days now, but we had to rest Monday because I'm old. I can't handle trips no more, so I spent all Monday resting, most of the time sleeping, trying to catch up on sleep I didn't have. I lost all weekend, but I had to take a sneeze break, and I also yawned like 4 times because I am still kind of tired. But anyways, if you didn't know, if you didn't watch my last video, I was planning, preparing, getting ready to go to Iowa. So I made it to Iowa. We went to Seat of the Crash. This is my tea from it. So this happens in Sioux City, Iowa. Well, actually, technically, it's Nebraska. I'll get to that in a minute, but this is going to be just a vlog story time. I'm going to let you know what happened, and I can already tell you, I didn't get a lot of pictures. I didn't get no video at all, because during the trip, we were traveling at night, so I didn't get, like, nothing, hardly. But yeah, so this is just going to be, like, a little vloggy story. If you're not into that, just go ahead and exit, because there's no haul or nothing here. I guess, well, I hauled my shirt. I bought the shirt, but no, we left here. It was about 10 o'clock Thursday night. She came and picked me up because she is from Sioux City, Iowa area, and so she's basically my tour guide and driving Miss Daisy around. So we headed up to Iowa, and it was a super long trip. It was cool because I'd never been that way before. Also, I couldn't see nothing because, well, it was dark. Other than when we got to the cities. Like, I got to see Kansas City. Never, you know, seen or even been. I'm sorry, my eyes are like watered. I've been sneezing all throughout this. If you notice all the jump cuts, it's because I'm sneezing in between. Ever since I got back home, my allergies have been bad, but, which sucks. They were actually decent up there. Then I get home and they're horrible, so. But anyways, I got to see Kansas City in the dark. I got to see Omaha, Nebraska in the dark. Those were like the 2 major cities that we went through to get up there. But like I said, what few pictures I have, I'll put up here, and I'll try to remember like what I was taking photos of. Like I said, we didn't really stop much other than the gas stations to get gas and go. Of course, potty breaks were needed. But that's really all we did the whole way up there. We did stop at one travel stop. I think we just entered Iowa. Yeah, I think it was the Iowa, like, welcome to Iowa kind of rest stop thing. So I got a few pictures there. Not very many, actually, just this one of this fox. I like the fox, so I had to take a photo with him. Yeah, we finally got midway into Iowa. The sun started coming up, so that tells you how long. It was about 9 hours, so it took 9 hours of driving to get up there. But yeah, we made it into Sioux City, and then we were hungry, so we had to get a little bit of food, get a little bit more gas. And like I said, luckily, she's from there, so her family was kind enough to let me stay at their family farm. And she did live on a farm. They have a big farm. And I went crazy. I wanted to go pet every animal there was. They had cattle and sheep and goats and just everything. But it was raining. When we finally got there, it started raining, and it rained all day. So we sat there for a long time talking with their family. I brought them a couple of pies from our local Amish bakery because it's been too hot here for me to cook something. So I just went and bought a couple of pies to take with me to tell them, you know, thank you for hosting me and letting this weird Okie in their house. But we talked, then we both went to try to sleep. And, well, she slept, I couldn't sleep. I have a little bit of like anxiety when it comes to being away from home. I think it's due to the hospital stays, especially not having nobody with me. So that's really like threw my anxiety through the roof when I do leave the house, kind of thing. I'm a chicken, I guess. What can I say? But anyways, so I couldn't sleep. I just I just sat there in the room and I just watched some TV just to kind of unwind and relax a little bit and do a lot of stretching because I was so sore from sitting in the car for that long. So I did a little stretching and stuff. I did a little unpacking and everything. So we had family dinner. It was good. They had their style of barbecue. We had that and it was good. They asked me a lot of questions about Oklahoma because there's a diversity with the Midwest and technically we're the South. So, you know, they were asking me questions about Oklahoma and like what food we eat and stuff. And like they didn't know what an okra was and they were heard of fried okra. And I'm like over there mind blown, but that's the diversity I'm talking about. Did that, had dinner, and then she decided the rain finally stopped. It was about 7 o'clock at night. She's like, let's go show you Sioux City. So we went to Sioux City and she was showing me all downtown, which was really cool. A lot of old architecture, like deco. There we go. A lot of art deco and even older than that kind of styles. And then she's like, well, while we're here, let's go hit all 3 states. I'm like, hit all 3 states. So we wound up going to Nebraska and then we went to South Dakota and then we came back all in a short span of like 5 minutes because it's all connected, so it's all right there in a quarter together. And they have 3 different, like 3 or 4 different Sioux cities. There's like Sioux City, the original, Sioux City South, Sioux City North, and each one is in a different state. And a river kind of divides both states, and this is where you're gonna start seeing these. So I took a few photos at the river that night. Like I said, it was dark. They had a huge amphitheater that I had to get on top of the little stage thing and act like an ass, as you can see. We went and looked at all that we can look at in the dark kind of thing. Then we went tried to get some custard. I guess it's a regional thing because I've never heard of the restaurant, and well, they just closed. We got there, so I missed out on custard. But we went to Walmart because, you know, what's so different? Basically, Walmart's the same in every state apparently. But she had to grab a few things that she forgot, and so why not? So we walked around Walmart. I didn't really see nothing I wanted, but she found a bunch of stuff. So we went on a shopping spree at like 10 o'clock at night. Then we had to get out of there because they were closing Walmart at 11. So got home, and then we wound up having like a girls, like a slumber party. We were doing sheep masks and just talking, and she was painting her nails, getting ready for the contest the next day and stuff. And we just jabbered until I think it was 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, like she gets some sleep, and I maybe got an hour. I started calming down enough when I finally fell asleep that my alarm went off. And so I'm not joking when I say it takes me forever to get ready. It was no shit. And it wasn't just me, it was her too. It took us both 4 hours to get ready. So we started at like 7 o'clock that morning, getting ready and everything. And her parents were just so sweet. Like her mom was really wanting to cook us breakfast. I'm like, no, you don't get it. I don't eat before a contest. Personal issues. If y'all have had a gallbladder taken out, then you know exactly why I say I don't eat before, because anytime I eat, I'm in the bathroom, and I do not want to be in a bathroom when I'm in all that stuff when I'm doing sit-ups. So, you know, like, well, no, I'm good. Thank you so much, though. But she was really wanting to fix us some pancakes now, but I was good. So, took forever for me to get my hair right. Of all things was my hair. Well, I did screw up on my eyeshadow. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I started that eyeshadow. It was nothing like I usually do, and I don't know what, but I messed it up, so I had to just take off all my eyeshadow, reapply my concealer to my eye, all that, and I had to start over again. And it turned out fine when I do it the way I normally do it. So, but got that, and like I said, I just could not get my hair the way I wanted it to be. I didn't bring all my hair stuff with me because I was trying to pack as light as I could because I didn't want a bunch of crap with me. Next time I know if I ever go, well, I will be going back next year, but next time I do it, I know I'm going to have to pack that hair stuff that I need in order to get the height that I needed for my hair and stuff. So I wasn't quite as high as I normally do it, but I got it done. it was kind of there the way I wanted it, and got it done. And put on my fake nails, because I made a set of false nails that I just glued on that morning after I got myself mostly done, like my hair done, my pantyhose on, stuff like that, because I knew the nails would, like, whatever the nails would hamper me trying to get ready with, I got that shit on first, and then I put my nails on. And her daughter came over and watched us, you know, get ready. We was chatting and stuff, and really cool. She's so cool. But yeah, we did all that, and so we took off early because we weren't supposed to be there till I think around 2 o'clock. But we took off because one of the places that she took me to the night before had really big statues, like the bronze statues, and one of them was a buffalo. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool if I was wearing my outfit and took pictures with the buffalo. So that's where we went. So that's where these came from. We stopped. It was like the Lewis and Clark Museum, and they had a bunch of these bronze statues everywhere. So it was really cool. So we took a few photos there, and we ran over back to the river where we were the night before at that, about that same spot. And then we took these river photos with our stuff on and everything. Get all that done. Let's see. Gotta, like, take up some time before I jump to the next thing and show you the photos. So yeah, we get the car, the bridge that's in the background there that you see in the photos, well, we had to cross that in order to get over to Nebraska. So we crossed that bridge and get over to Nebraska, and yeah, scene of the crash is over in Nebraska. It's at a fairgrounds. I think it's the county fairgrounds, if I remember right. So we go over there. We get there. The first person I see is our friend John Boy. He's a photographer. So we go over there, give him a big hug and stuff, and we talk to him for a little bit. And so we go in, set our stuff down, and I start meeting all the girls because they start kind of filtering in. And I gotta tell you, those were the super sweetest girls I've ever met. They were all really warm and welcoming. Like, they didn't know me, so it was nice that, you know, they were so welcoming and everything. I do believe that this has been the only contest that I've ever just felt at home at. I mean, not saying I don't feel at home with our local girls and stuff, but I mean, just going somewhere new and just instantly feeling like you're at home. Like you've been friends with all these girls forever. Where I've only met one of them, besides my bestie I went with. I've only met one of the other girls once before. The other ones were all fresh faces, brand new, never met them, and like I said, they welcomed me with open arms, and it was so refreshing to feel that kind of bond. Well, not a bond, but I mean, you know, just the friendliness. Because there are some contests, you get the cliquey, judgmental girls that, let's just face it, they think they're better than everybody else, and you got to deal with that big of a personality. And my big personality usually just don't clash very well. So, but we didn't have that. So it was really nice. So we get ready to get up on stage, and they do their stuff totally different than we do here in Oklahoma. So I was thrown for a loop. Like, sorry, gotta grab my bra strap here, it's falling. I was thrown for a loop because I'm like, we don't do all this stuff there. So luckily I was like number 8, so I was kind of in the middle of the pack. So we were behind curtains behind the stage, but I could still kind of see what was going on. I'm like, okay, I got this. So it's my turn to get up there, and like I said, I was in that Oklahoma dress, and here I am in like Nebraska, in my Oklahoma outfit. And first off, we had to introduce ourselves, and I was talking to my bestie. I'm like, I don't know if I should try to tone down my accent or if I should just play off my accent. And she's like, just do your accent. She said, that's you, that's who you are, just let it out. And I'm like, alright. So I got up on that stage, I took that microphone, I went, hey y'all, I'm Miss Rebel Jackson. And they were all some people were like laughing and they were clapping and everything, you know, because there is this redneck from Oklahoma up there. And I have my whole Oklahoma outfit on, my dress and stuff. So we had to pose and stuff during, she was reading my bio. So way my bio starts out, it says, like, this is Miss Rebel Jackson, or however they word it. They'll word however they want to introduce. And then from that point on, it's what I wrote. And so she said she's a lover, and this is my kind of tagline: a lover of all things vintage and everything tacky. So usually every time they say and everything tacky, I'll go and everything tacky. I'll do that, and I'll say it with them. So I did that, and the people were laughing. And I was just prancing around, being a fool. Like, part of my bio says that I'm a 1950s housewife to a wonderful husband who brings home the bacon, and 2 boys that eat the bacon. So I was doing like all this stuff to go with my bio kind of thing. And like I said, prancing around like a fool. So we did that, and we went through all the girls. And what they do is we went in groups. Like, there was group 1, I was in group 2, and then there was group 3 and 4. 4 groups, I think. I can't remember now, but I was in group 2 with my bestie, unfortunately. Because why I say that is because they'll pick only 2 girls out of each group to move forward. So, I think the last group, they only picked 1 girl because it was a smaller group. But, so yeah, there was 2 girls picked out of my group. And I advanced on. Unfortunately, my bestie didn't advance on. It was another gal that advanced on. And so the next round that we did with the people that advanced forward, we had to do questions. And we got to pick our question. Well, my question was already a question she was going to ask if I went to the final. And I got up there, and she's like, well, she started asking me, she's like, oh, and I said, she's like, well, I don't want to ask you that. I'm like, just ask me about my outfit, because people might not understand it. So she's like, okay. So she's like, I want you to tell us about your outfit and choice here. And I started describing, you know, what it all meant, because it all did have a meaning to it, my whole outfit. Like, the colors of my dress were the representative of the Oklahoma State, or the flag of Oklahoma. The heart of my dress is where I'm located at in Oklahoma. The hair flowers that I had were all the state flowers of Oklahoma. My handbag had other symbols of Oklahoma, the state bird, and all that. And I was wearing turquoise for not my native roots. And so yeah, I told them all that. Got back in line, and all the girls went through, you know, their questions they were asked. And then it went down to, they couldn't pick. So then we all went into the final round. And it was one more question. We all got asked the same question. So we were all asked, you know, why we should be missing to the crash. And the girls before me, you know, they said we had speeches prepared, or they had stuff that they had been, they basically wrote out their speech of why they should be and everything. And I'm thinking, I didn't even think I'd get past the second round, so I wasn't really planning this thing. So I'm like, oh God, what am I going to say? Because they had like nice, elegant speeches, you know, stuff planned and everything. And was I the 4th girl to talk? I think I was the 4th or something. And I get up there, and she asked me, and I just tell them, truth be told, I don't have nothing wrote out because I'm lazy. So we're just going to wing this, everyone. So I went through, and I said, well, what? I've traveled over 500 miles to get here. I said, no, all that aside, and I talked about how nice and friendly all the girls were, and I sure appreciated that I won in that sense already, just being welcomed like I was, and that's the truth, you know. I was a newbie. They didn't have to welcome me like they did. They could have blew me off and, you know, never worried with me again kind of thing. And then I talked about, the only thing I could think of, because I wanted to do different than what they had said, try to give something different, and also pull in some heartstrings. That's what me trying to pull at heartstrings. Anyways, I brought up the fact that, you know, technically I shouldn't even be here, you know, that I fought cancer, and Of course, now I find my heart issues, and so yeah, technically, I shouldn't even be here. So I'm just here now enjoying life and all that. And so I can't fully remember what all I said. But, you know, I said what I was going to say and went back into the depths of the corner or whatever, into the line, and went through all the girls and everything. I can't remember, I think there was 7 of us. I think there were 7 of them. We did go into a pose off, but I treated it as a dance off because I don't know. So we were just dancing and goofing and just having a good time and everything while the judges were like tallying up who was what and everything. So we were just dancing away and stuff, and so we get to the part where it's time to start announcing, and they had some like I guess novice awards, if you want to call it that. So it was like, one was best hair, one was best makeup, one was best dress. I think it was those 3. So they were like extras, and I think that they went to, well, they did go to the girls who were not chosen to go to the second round. So I don't know if those are like complimentary awards for the other girls, just so they have a chance. That's what it kind of seemed like to me. I don't know if that's the true or not, but that's just what it reminded me of. So my bestie got best hair, so she was over the moon, and I was so excited for her. I'm like, hey, because she worked so hard on that hair. And so I'm so glad that she got best hair, and hers was really cool. It was like, well, all the awards were made from students in a welding class there. So it was like a little triangle, and they had cut out best hair in it, and it was held up like a engine gear. So it was really cool. So she got that, and then they did the other 2 awards, and then they started picking the 3 girls. So second runner, first runner up, and winner. There we go. I couldn't get it all out. So we were going through, and the first 2 girls were picked. I'm like, okay, I didn't place or nothing, but that's cool, you know. So I'm not from here. Nobody knows me and everything, and I really thought he was going to go to this elderly lady. So there was a lady, she's probably in her 60s, and she's been doing this contest ever since it started. Well, this was the 10th year for it, so it was a 10-year anniversary. So ever since it started, she had been in that contest, and everybody, every time she get up on stage, was hooting and hollering for her. They absolutely loved her, and she was so cute. She was so cute. Anyways, I just knew it was going to go to her probably, because by the way the audience acted and everything. And then I'm standing there, and I was thinking something. I really wasn't paying a lot of attention because I had something on my brain. Oh, my pantyhose. That's what it was. My pantyhose, like the crotch of it was starting to go down, and I'm like, it was starting to bug me. So I had that in my brain. I was thinking of those damn pantyhose. And then they announced my name. So I won Miss Scene of the Crash 2024, and I busted out bawling because I never would have thought that I could go out of state and win especially a contest that's that big. And it was just, I really did this to prove, and I'll put pictures up what I have so far. My professional photographer friend, he hasn't got all the photos yet, but I do have a couple. Like I said, I went in there in that contest. I wanted to prove a point to myself. Of course, I've been winning contests here locally, but sometimes I wonder if it's just because I'm an OG and I've been around forever and people know me, so that's why I place good or I win. And it wasn't off of me or my talents, you know, and all that, or, you know, what it was. So going up there with nobody knowing me, being a fresh face, and beating girls that had been there, you know, all these years that everybody knew, was quite an accomplishment, not only to do, but for me personally to be able to prove myself. I guess that I'm kind of worthy, you know, that I'm worth, I guess, I don't know, it just proved that the hard work I'm doing is actually paying off, that it's not the fact that people know me, it's because of me. So yeah, like I said, it was probably 5 minutes of me bawling up there and everything, and then they were putting the crown, which I have the crown right here. They were putting the crown on my head, and I had all those hair flowers in my hair, and like the wheat was getting caught, and she was trying not to break my hair flowers and stuff. So yeah, during the middle, me being me, as you all know me, I said, damn, this is better than sex. And I said it a little too loud and people in the audience heard, and they were all laughing. So, but yeah, here is my crown. So it's handmade. I don't know if it'll pick it up. There we go. So it is handmade by those, like I said, those kids I was talking about that were doing all the other trophies. So you can see, it's like gears, and it says Scene of the Crash. It's 2024. So it's pretty substantially heavy. Not as heavy as I thought they would be, but there's some weight to it. Yeah, this is like the coolest one I have by far. It's just cool, you know, being handmade and everything. Also, I got this handmade tumbler that says Miss Scene of the Crash 2024 and everything. And I got roses, as you can see in the pictures. I got a dozen roses. I got I got this cardigan. It's a pretty cool cardigan. It's by branded apparel. So these ain't cheap. So it's just a black cardigan, and then on the back it has the skulls. Like I said, these cardigans ain't cheap. I also got a little bit of cash, which helped pay for my trip. And a friend that I met down there, she made everybody these bracelets. So this one has my initials, and then this one has the initials of Scene of the Crash, and then 24 on it. So she handed out all these to the girls and gave me a set, which was sweet. She didn't even know me, and she already had this made and ready for me. But watching my son, he's so cute. Anyways, so we ran around the rest of the day taking photos, and I did get this one photo from John Boy, but the rest of them has a key back because, like I said, he ain't had time to edit or nothing. Basically, since it was the 10-year anniversary, they wanted to do something special, so they had 2 pinup contests. And I was in the second pinup contest because I just won. So basically, they brought back former queens of Scene of the Crash. So all the past winners, 7 of us compete. They took me, they just won, and first and second runner-up, we all got to compete with the other 4 girls. Oop. Sorry, my son hit the camera. So anyways, they took us to compete with the 4 other winners. So basically, we were all competing for a trip to Las Vegas to the Viva Las Vegas, the Rockabilly weekend. So I didn't win that. I'll be truthfully honest. By that point, it was like 7 o'clock. I'm exhausted and wore out, and I'm pretty much done. So we had to pick a song because we're gonna have to pose off again. So I need the song Oklahoma. So I found the song, the musical to the song Oklahoma, and that's what I did mine to. So we went up there, we introduced ourselves once again. This time we had to do our own bio, so I had to say my own stuff. But the other girls, like the other winners, they already knew they were going to be in it, so they were able to make props for their gear and all that stuff, so they were all decked out, ready to go. And basically, us other 3 didn't have a chance, because we were still in our clothes that we wore for the contest earlier. But I tried like hell. I went in there, and I had the audience singing the Oklahoma, or what little they knew of it, because they're from Iowa. They ain't going to know our state song and all that. So, but I had them up there trying to sing. So at least I entertained them the best I could. We did that. Then we took photos with all the queens, past and me. We took photos, and I think I have one, so I'll throw it up here if I have all the photos of the past queens. But it was so much fun. It was so fun. Like I said, it was so cool meeting them. And even all the past queens were absolutely, they were so sweet, so welcoming. I went past my time, my phone saying, "You went past time, stupid. You're talking too much." But anyways, before I left, I changed clothes because I wanted to get out of that, because one of the sequins were irritating my arms, because I had those sequins under my arms and then I had the sequins on the belt, so my arms were so red and irritated from all the sequins, and I'm like, no, I ain't doing this no more. So I had another dress with me and I put it on, and here it is. Before I left, I took it with the old fender. But then after that, we went to a drag show. So her daughter is part of the drag community, and as I call them, the Alphabet Mafia, because I can't remember all their LGBTQ, whatever. So keep me from messing up, I just call them the Alphabet Mafia. And I told her that. She thought it was great. She thought it was funny. So if you are part of it and I offended you about that, I am so sorry. But trust me, you don't want me fucking up basically your letters. So that keeps me from it. But I went to the drag show. It was awesome. All of them done so good. They were having 90s night, so all the music's from the 90s. So I was having total flashbacks of my teenage years. I was having a blast. I'm like, oh, I danced to this song in prom. I danced to that song in my junior high dance. You know, it was so much fun. We stayed there till like, oh gosh, 2:30. It's about time we got back to her house. And well, her daughter-in-law lives there at the house. She's 8 months pregnant. Was 8 months pregnant. We get home and I'm in a room by myself. You know, I don't know what's going on. I crashed that night. I finally just like, I was tired enough. I fell right to sleep when I got there. After we got all that stuff off and down and everything, I fell asleep. And I didn't know all the excitement went on until I got up 7 o'clock that morning and found out that daughter-in-law started going into labor the day before. She was at the pinup show. And she's told the family members that were there, because a lot of the family was there and cheered both of us on. They were actually cheering me on too, but she was kind of crampy. And, well, her water broke that night just after we got home, and she told my bestie about it. And so she drove herself to the hospital. She wouldn't let nobody drive her because all of her stuff was in her car. The car seat was in the car. She wanted to make sure her car was there, so she drove herself. And she wound up having a baby the next day. And she left and went up there because she wanted to be with her, so somebody was there because her son was off at basic training because he's in the Army. So he's off, gone. They can't get a hold of him. So she wanted to make sure she was there. And I totally got it because we were supposed to actually leave out that morning to come home. Well, that came up. And I'm like, what's most important is you being with her, making sure she's okay, because she was the baby was 6 weeks early. So she needed to be there for her. Baby was born. Baby, to this, right now, he's doing great. He's breathing on his own. He's a little small. So right now he's under observation, but he's breathing. He finally took to a bottle. He's doing good with that. So thank goodness for that. So baby's doing great. So we had all kinds of excitement. I won a contest, got to go on a cool trip, meet a wonderful family, and have a birth of a baby, you know. Like, I didn't get to see the baby. I've just seen pictures so far, but I'm glad my bestie was there to see her grandson being born. And we came back home. We left there about around 6 o'clock. And we made it back to, maybe we left at 5 o'clock. Anyways, we got back about 1 o'clock Monday morning. So, but it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I never would have dreamed I would have won. And I wasn't going in with high expectations of winning. I just thought this was the perfect time to make that dress, because I'd had that dress in my mind for a while. And I thought this is the perfect time to go ahead and make that dress and wear it, since you're out of state, you're representing your state. So that's what I did, and I think I represented pretty good. But it was definitely, like I said, so much fun. And I will be going back next year because I get to be a judge. And I pass off my crown to the next girl. And like I said, I hope it's one of the girls I met this year, because they were so much fun too. Well, I was rubbing my nose. I totally forgot about this, and now I remembered one of my prizes that I won was from a painter. So I had to see him after the contest, and he took some photos of me around this truck. And so he's going to paint my photo. And he's going to send it to me. Plus, he was one of the judges, too, so that was awful cool. But, yeah, the only bad thing is, and I was supposed to got a sash. Well, the sash that they got, the company, whoever done it, screwed up on it. And it was, like, spelled wrong or something was wrong with it. So I didn't have a sash. So he was going to just add a sash in the painting. So that way it looks like I had one kind of thing. But I can't wait to see that because I seen his artwork. He had a table set up and everything there. And his artwork was amazing. So I'm super excited that I get like a painting done of me of that day. Like I said, he took my photo and everything. So that's really cool. A bunch of cool cars there. A lot of them had left by the time we got done with the contest. It had been raining the day before too, a lot. And technically it was supposed to rain Saturday because we were watching the news that night or that evening, and they were talking like it was like 60% chance of rain all day Saturday too. So they did say the show was smaller this year because of the rain and the threat of rain. Not a lot of people brought out their mostly is raft rods because this is a Rockabilly weekend festival thing. So, but you know, not all of them were there for it, but it's just because of the weather, and it was a little bit muddy here and there. So, but it was still fun. It was still really, really fun, and like I won pictures with John Boy, so he took a bunch of pictures because that's what he gave to the winner was a photo session with the winner. So I got extra photos with John Boy, and so I can't wait to see those. I told him just take his time. I get it. It takes a long time. And he had to take thousands of photos that day, so I'm not in no hurry for him. Like I said, I have grabbed a few from the new girls I met, like their husbands were taking photos, so I got some of theirs, which you've seen, and then a few from him. So that's what I did, so it's going to be quiet for a while. I have a contest end of August. Yeah, I think it's end of August. And that's it for a while. I'm kind of thinking about doing a Christmas one, but once again, I gotta go out of state for it if I do it. But I've got this awesome Christmas dress in mind I have thought about before, and maybe it's time for me to make it. So who knows? That might be coming soon. So now that I've talked, well, right now it's saying 42 minutes, but I probably took 100 sneeze breaks, snot breaks, and other things in between. So yeah, that was my weekend. Tried to condense it down as much as I can, but you know how much I bullshit, so it probably went on a little longer than it should have. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and as always, I will see you guys really soon. Love y'all. Bye.